kicked me in my back. Like I'm on the ground in a fetal position, covering my stomach, just to make sure my baby. No matter how much I tried to resist God, it was almost like He was just pulling me towards Him.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no,
I said I didn't want to.
Leave me alone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Uniquely in Tune. I'm Kiara.
And I'm Vianney.
Hey, girl.
Hey, we're back again.
What's going on?
You know, nothing.
Oh, I'm about
As
to say, no, I
usual.
don't know.
Nothing
I
as
really don't
usual.
know. Why you got this sweater on?
Because
You cold?
Kiera likes to keep it at about 23 degrees below zero.
That is not true.
That's not true. About 3 degrees below zero. It be cold in here. So I had to dress the par. Now it's about 90 degrees outside.
Right. So you
But
need to come in and feel the
it
air.
does, it feels good, but you be freezing. And for that to come from me, as much as I like to be cold, I had to be prepared.
It be too cold.
So
Oh,
I'm
thank
prepared today.
you.
That's all. That's it. That's all.
It's
I'm just
cute though.
prepared.
It's
Thank you.
fine.
Okay. Yeah. But it feels good in here today.
Yeah, today. I'm
Yeah,
gonna try to
today
keep
is
it
good.
like this for you for now on.
Okay, then I'll put on something cute in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So I won't be here next week, y'all,
Oh
because I am
yeah.
having surgery. Please keep me in
Mhm.
your prayers. But
Yeah.
we did want to do this episode.
Are you ready for surgery?
Um, no.
I don't know why I asked you that. Like I didn't know the answer.
Yeah,
You better
no.
get ready.
I know. If I ain't ready, you better get ready. I'm not ready for surgery, but
It needs to be done.
yeah, it's happening on Monday, y'all. So I'm
It is
too
time.
scared.
Don't be scared. I understand though.
Yeah, I'm scared.
It's okay.
It is. It'll be fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yep.
Well, guys, today is part 2 of Indecent Exposure. If you have not watched part 1, go back and watch that from last week.
Mm-hmm. We got some tea on Kira.
All right. You didn't really
So,
want that much tea.
I mean, it was,
It was a little
it
bit.
was a little bit, but I guess I'm gonna just spill it. I'll have all the tea for us because will I though?
Will you? I don't know. Let's see. Shall we? You might.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't even know. Well, let's reintroduce ourselves again for those who are joining us for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, again, as we said, Kira, I'm Vianney. Um, we are uniquely in tune. That's the name of the podcast.
Yes.
We chose Uniquely in Tune from a passage that we were reading. Like I just stumbled. So first it was called In Too Deep.
Yes. We were stuck on
And
In
we
Too Deep.
were wanting In Too Deep to be the name of the podcast. Then as we started looking and seeing everybody name In Too Deep, we were like, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, it's a lot of people with their podcasts, their songs and stuff. So everything just like started popping up In Too Deep. And we was like, man, no, that ain't gonna work.
It's a goner.
So then I started like deep diving into like the deep. Like I was like looking up the deep and like all this stuff because I was like, Holy Spirit, you're gonna have to tell us what we finna name this since we're changing it. And I stumbled across this amazing passage. A clip of that passage or a description of that passage is on our YouTube page. Yep. So you can read that little description in the description box. That's a little snippet of where I got it from. But it was just an amazing passage of describing the deep waters and how deep calls to deep. That's in the Bible. Deep calls to deep, and just started talking about you know, how God's voice is in the waves. And then they started talking about
Yep.
frequencies and how you have to be in tune with God to hear his
Mm-hmm.
frequencies. And I mean, it was a powerful
Yep.
passage. And I was just like, "Aw."
Yep.
And so it talked about how you have, you know, when you have to be in tune. And I was like, uniquely
Yep.
in tune, because everybody has their own unique
Mm-hmm.
tune with God.
Yep.
And I don't know. It was just
Mm-hmm.
great. It was amazing. So boom, there it was, uniquely in tune. I said, Kiera, we got it.
That's it.
That's it right there, uniquely in tune. So
Yep.
that's where that came from, is pretty much just being in tune with God. And because we are all unique to him and he made us all differently, um,
Yep. We're
we
uniquely
are
in tune
uniquely in tune with him. So
in our own way.
yep, in our own special way. So there you go. That's where that
Yes.
came from.
Yep. If it's your first time here, I hope you stay. Come back.
Yes, and chill with us.
Yeah.
And we just have basic conversations, y'all. We talk about, you know, ourselves.
Yep. And
We
that's all
talk
we're
about
doing.
personal stuff, our little stories, something that we can share with other
Mm-hmm.
people to maybe be going through something and don't really know how to deal with it.
Yep.
We just give our stories and hope and pray that it helps somebody else.
I hope so.
Yeah, we ain't over here, you know, preaching and prophesying and,
Mm-mm.
you know, unless the Lord take us down another path. But right
Yeah.
now, right here,
This is where we are
this
now.
is what we're doing. We're just giving our little testimonies,
Yeah.
being disciples of
That's it,
our
and that's
little
all.
testimonies.
Yes. We are simply
Yep,
edifying.
that's right. This episode is part two,
Mm-hmm. It is part two.
Indecent Exposure, part two.
Part two.
I'm ready.
So, with your indecent exposure, I wanted to know where your relationship with God started. Because you've always talked about having a relationship, you know, even with you
Mm-hmm.
being younger. And of course, as I stated last week, I did not have a relationship with God when I was younger. So,
Mm-hmm.
how did that, you know, come about when you were younger? Were you in church all the time? Did you have, you know, your family, your parents around you? Were they praying, praising, worshiping? How did you develop that relationship?
So my mother kept us pretty much in church.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday we were in church. Wednesday we were in church. YPWW. I don't even remember what the acronym stand for. YPWW. Youth something.
Okay.
I don't know. YPWW. Um Saturday, if something was going on, it just didn't matter. If the church doors was open
You
doing
were there.
something, she had us there. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure it was all of us, because I remember my sisters them talking about it too. So it was all of us. She, you know, she
Mm-hmm.
had us in church. And my dad, he was out, you know, kicking it, living his best life, and we were at church.
Yep.
So I was exposed to church as a child. And of course, you know, as a child, you really don't know really what's going on. Some, I
Mm-hmm.
won't say as a child, because some children really do.
Yeah, they do. Some.
Right. So I'll say for me, I didn't really know what was going on. I just knew whoever they praising, he must be great. Because everybody's
Yeah.
praising. I remember young, I remember seeing, it was this one lady in particular. She will always be talking in tongues.
Mm-hmm.
And like the whole congregation would just be quiet while she was talking in
Mm-hmm.
tongues. And I mean, she is having a moment with God.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'll never forget. And I just used to be thinking, like, what is she
Yep.
saying? Like, who are you talking to and what are you
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, of course, it wasn't until I was much older that I knew you're having your that's the language, that's God language, like that's the language, talking in tongues, you know, talking to God. But I guess I don't have that gift because I don't talk in tongues.
Girl, neither.
And so yeah, anyway.
My grandmama would all the time, but
Yeah, so I don't know. But and I think people nowadays, sometimes some people, it seemed forced,
mm-hmm.
and then I just be like, are
Eh,
you really
mm-hmm.
talking to God or no? But so anyway, that ain't my business. But so I was exposed to that young.
Okay.
And then plus we had like Sunshine Band and
Mm-hmm.
all these little youth things that we used to do. So um, I always was in church.
Okay.
And so, but I would say it wasn't until, and I remember like when I was in church so much that I was irritated being in church
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to be out with my friends and, they didn't have to go to church and
I hear a
school
lot of
nights and
people say
stuff.
that the ones who are brought up in church,
Mm-hmm.
they will always say, I didn't want to be in church, or my friends, they didn't have to go all the time, or like they would stray away
Mm-hmm.
because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find yourself straying
I
away?
did. I remember verbatim. I said, when I graduate and I get on my own, I'm not ever going back to church. I'm done with church. Like, I'm tired of going to church. And I think it was just that moment of freedom. Like,
Okay.
I don't have anybody saying, get up, I have to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, as if church is just this horrible place to go. But
Right.
still, it was just the fact that, dang, I'm always here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything. I gotta hurry up
Yep.
and come in when it's time, when I'm done playing outside. I gotta be the one to hurry up and come in because we
Mm-hmm.
gotta go to church.
Yep.
Or I gotta tell my friends, nah, I gotta get ready to leave because I gotta go to church. Like, bruh, I'm tired of going to church. So I remember definitely saying, when I graduate, I'm not going to church. I'm not. And when I moved out, and I moved out before I graduated, and I did
Mm-hmm.
not.
How long was it before that
Girl,
you?
not long. Not long at all. Because I want to say, well, I don't know. Because I had moved to Rockford, and I might have went to church at our sister church in Rockford
Mm-hmm.
um a couple times, but I wasn't like a faithful goer.
Okay.
Like, let me go ahead and get up for church, or I would drive back home, every blue moon or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
When did you?
Like, start going back
Yeah.
to church. So
Mm-hmm.
shortly, not too long, I graduated in 2005, and then I moved down to Tennessee in 2007.
Okay.
Uh, 2006, I moved down to Tennessee. Um, so my sisters was going to church. Well, not faithfully, but
Mm-hmm.
they were going to Mount Zion. So, you know, when I came down here and I was like, do y'all go to church? Like, what church y'all go to? And so we would go to Mount Zion.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, this is cool. I can go to
Yeah.
Mount Zion. Like, okay, now I can get myself together and quit playing and get my tail back in church. So we would go to Mount Zion.
Okay.
And it wasn't every Sunday, but we'll be like, hey, you going to church? When we first started going, I absolutely love Mount Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was different from where I was coming from, but I loved how Bishop Walker would break the word down.
Okay.
Of course, I love the choir and hearing it, the choir, but it was actually the word.
Mm-hmm.
The way that he would break the word down. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
like, it was different.
Mhm.
So I enjoyed going to Mount Zion.
Okay.
Um, and so I don't go there now, but it's neither here or there. But at the
Yeah.
time when I wasn't in church and then I came down here and that's where we went, I absolutely enjoyed it at that
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So, um, but so that was, I guess, that was my little stray away.
Okay.
Was I was going to Chicago, going to the club, hanging out, just acting as if I had no care in the world. No, let me not say that because I did have care in the world. I wasn't doing that. But I felt like I was wilding
Yeah.
out because I was so restricted to everything. So me wilding out is staying up past 12
Yeah.
and,
You
being
feel
out
like
at the
you're doing
club
something.
at 2 o'clock. I felt like I was living my best life. So that's what I mean by wilding out. But
And when did you was there ever a point where you was, like, oh, I can't do this
I can't do
anymore?
this. I gotta go
Did
back
you
to church.
did you ever have any type of conviction behind it?
Um Yeah, I think I've always like when I know I'm doing something I ain't got no business doing, rather that was smoking a black and mild
Not the
or
black and
I
mild.
did used to have black yes, girl. I used to
Right.
act like I was too grown.
Ooh.
I know. That's so
Used to tear
stank.
your throat up, didn't it?
Yes. I be
Mm.
thinking, who smoked these for real? Choking.
You was trying.
I was really trying to be not Vianney. Like I was really like,
Uh,
okay, I'm finna just let me try it. I'm finna give me a black and mild. Let me see. And then it was let me try some of that weed right there. Let me see. Don't like
now let
it.
me try some of that
Yeah, like
weed.
I just and I could not. I couldn't. I never was a smoker. I never was a
Mm-hmm.
drinker. I would drink and or have a drink, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
not drink, but I would have a drink, and it don't take much for me. Like a half a glass of anything, I'm
Not a half.
done. I'm done. Like tapped out. I'm asleep. Leave me alone. Go to bed. Don't care. Bye. Have
Um,
fun, y'all. Like I can't. So I remember I got I would say drunk for my 21st birthday.
mm-hmm.
And I honestly don't even think I was drunk. I definitely was tipsy
Okay.
and I was too sleepy at my
I
own
thought you was about to say
party.
you throwing up or
No,
something. I think you talking
ma'am.
about you
No,
was
I've
sleepy.
never drunk to the part where I'm throwing up. Like I
Girl,
cannot.
I used to be throwing
I
up.
cannot. Like I definitely I don't even want that feeling when I'm
You don't.
sick. So to indulge in alcohol and throw up like that was just never something I could do. But I was just sleepy. I'm like, I'm tired. Girl, this is our 21st birthday party that we're
And not that
having.
you were
And
tired
I
on your
went to sleep.
21st.
Yes, I was asleep.
Mm, I guess that's a
We
good
rented out
thing.
like a club, Kira. I'm sleep.
I would have put you at your own party.
Got me home, tucked me in, took my shoes off, tucked me in the bed, took my earrings off. I was too
That's
sleepy.
crazy. That is really crazy, Vianney.
Oh my goodness. Lord, it's so
Now,
trifling. But yeah, I
now, was
was
there any point when you felt like your relationship with God got hard, or you were going through a storm,
oh yeah.
and I mean in the midst of all of that, because you say, you were going to church but
Mm-hmm.
not faithfully partying.
Mm-hmm.
What brought you?
like completely out of it.
Completely out of it.
Um, just because I just knew that wasn't even me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, I done did it now.
Yeah,
Like,
got out your system.
yeah, like that's pretty much what it was like. Okay, I done did the clubs, I done did, whatever. And I'm, no, this is not it. And I was just like, this is just not, it just ain't it. So I would say once I um started going to the living word, um, that's when things kind of really started to, excuse me, like set me back and convict me because
Okay.
Bishop teaches on spiritual warfare.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a teaching I had never heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, and teaching heaven and hell and,
Right.
just going deep in Bible study and stuff like that. It was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I ain't got time to
Yeah.
be out here playing.
All
Like,
right.
nah, bro, I'm good. Let me go on and sit my tail down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. Um, but so I think that's kind of where I really was like, no, let me, I'm done. Like, tapped out. Okay, Lord, what we doing right now? What you want me to do? And it was just like, because I think, people, and thank God I did nothing happened to me in my shenanigans. But,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know God, you know, he
Yeah.
knows. He knows. And I'm just glad that he didn't pluck me from his hand and
Mm-hmm.
toss me to the side
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like I wanted to go be in the world real quick.
Yep.
But where I felt like uh, the exposure came from,
Mm-hmm.
where I had to even question, like, God, you must hate me.
Yeah. When did he strip you?
So, my being with my ex, going through, a lot with my ex, um, me really giving myself, and I was actually in church when I met him
Okay.
because I kind of brought him in.
Okay.
He had a church home, his family had a church home, but I kind of brought him in with me, like took him to Mount Zion, took him to the Living Word and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and then we just started. My whole family just started going to the Living Word, but so I was already in church. Like at that point, I was. So I have to take that back then because I wasn't doing all that stuff. Uh, like right before I got to the Living Word. I don't know. This is too far back that I'm thinking.
Girl,
This
you
is
ain't
a
that
lot.
old.
I am.
You're not, though.
I can't remember, Kira. It's too hard. So I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
where the turn came from
Okay.
because um, when I started going to the Living Word, I was already like changing,
Mm-hmm.
because I was at Mount Zion. So I wasn't, I don't know. But when we came to the Living Word, um, my ex was locked up.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he got out, I was like, oh, you need to meet Bishop
Mm-hmm.
because we were planning to get married.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, we need to meet Bishop. And we were just starting to go to the church. So,
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to need a pastor and,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And so when he got out, we joined the church.
Okay.
And so, we joined the church and then we had conversation. I had a conversation with Bishop, like, we want to get married, we want you to marry us, whatever. And so I'll never forget in the midst of service one day, because we were planning to get married that year, whatever year this was.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of service, Bishop stopped and was like, "Hey, I know y'all plan to get married, but the Lord is saying we need to wait." And I was
Like
like,
in the middle of service,
"Yeah,
he said this.
yeah." Like, boom, let me tell you something real quick. And then he went on back to his preaching. And I was like,
Mm.
ah.
What were
So
you thinking in that moment?
in that moment, I was thinking, baby, ain't no way I'm walking down this aisle with you. The Lord has spoken.
And so, did you end up getting married?
I did.
Okay.
Yep. So we waited that
Okay.
following year. And so in 2014, we got married. Bishop married us. And um it was already we were already going through a whole lot
Mm-hmm.
before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
So in my personal opinion, we shouldn't have got married.
Mm-hmm.
However, the
Yeah.
the Lord gonna let you do what you want to do. That's your
Yep.
choice. You do what you
Absolutely.
want to do. I've shown you,
You have free will.
yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I don't regret it. I don't regret
Yeah.
anything. So, but yeah, so we got married. Um, and he even before we got married, he would have these sporadic moments where he would get abusive.
Mm-hmm.
And it puzzled me
Okay.
because I'm thinking, where did that come from?
I want to go back real
Okay.
quick. And maybe you are going to touch on it, but you said that there was a point where you felt like God must have hated you.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you feel that way?
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
Because, you know, at this time, I'm fully in church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, you know, feel like I'm a dedicated, faithful churchgoer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and I'm like trying to, make sure I'm in right standing and make sure I'm doing things, even though
Mm-hmm.
I'm living in sin as far as, having my baby, not being married, and we live together and we
Mm-hmm.
have sex and, just stuff that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, my relationship with God is still strong. Like
Okay.
I am, I'm full fledged working on my relationship with God, like really getting myself, because even before we got married, like just being in that relationship, I kept saying, we're gonna have to get married or something because I can't keep living
Yeah.
like this. Like having a baby and then not being married. And
Mm-hmm.
then, I just knew that I wanted to be married.
Right.
I want a husband. I want to do it the right way.
Was he convicting you with that?
Who God?
Mm-hmm. Or
Um,
did you just feel like, I know this is
I just felt
sinful, so
like
we
I
need
knew.
to. Okay.
I don't think I didn't feel conviction. And maybe I did. I don't remember. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I just always felt like I'm not going to keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're either going to get married or we need to not live together.
Right.
And, whatever. So, um, but he would just have these sporadic moments. And so and when I say abusive, I mean physically, like hitting me.
Mm-hmm.
Never, and it's so weird because it was never where I was scared of him. Like I never was scared of him. And
Mm-hmm.
I know like some people who like are in abusive relationships, the man is like controlling, scary type.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that. Like he would just have these moments. If we're arguing about something, it's always when we're arguing about something.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just get so mad and just choke me or um push me up against the wall or something like that. And I would always see his eyes go black,
Mm.
like completely black. And so don't forget now, I'm at the Living Word who is teaching spiritual warfare.
Okay.
So thank God. God is so intentional.
He
He
is.
just, and I always say that, but he is so
He is.
intentional because I just know how this is all full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just crazy. But
Yep.
anyway, so his eyes will go completely
What
black.
would you think
Like
if you say you were never scared of him, but in those moments, were you afraid, or,
nope,
or what was
nope.
on your
In
mind?
those moments, I'm just thinking, wow, who is this? Like I'm identifying now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm this ain't even you.
Right.
So it was hard to, and this is why tell people don't never say never, because
Mm-hmm.
when people hear stories like this, they say, "Oh, I would never deal
I
with
would
nothing like that.
Yep, or I would
Oh,
do
I
this.
never
You
do
don't
this, and
know
I would never do
unless
that."
you're in it. You never know. And now I find myself when people ask me, well, what if blah blah? I don't know. I've
Mm-hmm.
never been in it. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
know until I'm in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's exactly like I used to always, even watching a movie, I would
Mm-hmm.
always be like, "Oh, I never do it.
Yep.
I woulda, I woulda,
Yep.
I woulda, I woulda."
Mm-hmm.
And so now dealing with so much, I tell everybody, don't you never say never.
Yep.
Don't never say never because you don't know what you're gonna end up dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna be sitting right there dealing with it.
Yep.
And the next person will be looking at you like, girl, you stupid.
Yeah, you dumb.
You dumb.
You should have left. You should have did this. You should
And
have did
you
that.
exactly. So, but in those moments, I wasn't scared. I was mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like, okay, we finna go toe to toe.
Yeah.
Like with you or whoever this is. Like we finna go toe to toe.
Yeah.
But afterwards, like when the smoke cleared, he would not even know. And so that's when I was like, sometimes you have to be careful because you like, what you mean you didn't? What you mean? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you knew
Yeah.
what you did.
Yeah.
But he would not, it would be so like, V, no, I did not. No, I did not. As if I wasn't there, as if I'm not the victim.
That's that.
So, the first time was like, okay. And then random moment again, out of nowhere, it happened again. And I'm like, okay. Now, either he better kill me or I'm gonna kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was getting to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, we still going to church. We still, don't nobody know what we're going through. I remember a girl in particular at church would call us the power couple. And
Mm-hmm.
I would be thinking, girl, you don't have a
Yeah.
clue
Mm-hmm.
what we just went through before we even walked up in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, perception and
Yep.
people will
Be
perceive
careful.
exactly
Yep.
what you see.
You
So when you
always see
think
that, oh, I want
everybody,
to, a relationship like you, and
yep,
couple goals. You don't know what people go through behind closed
yep,
doors.
yep,
You don't know.
yep. And that's the thing. Like, do not envy nobody's
Mm-hmm.
relationship. It's okay to want love and it's okay to,
Yeah.
whatever. And if you got a genuine couple that you're around that you like, man, I know these couples in
Yeah.
and out, like that's different. But just to be peeping somebody every
Right.
now
And,
and
oh, they
then,
look cute and
and
they kissing and cuddly and
baby,
oh, I want that. Are
you
you
just do
sure?
not even know. So, I would have to put on a little front and smile and act like everything was okay and
Mm-hmm.
all types of stuff. And so I remember the first time I had to get my doctor. I was working at a doctor's office. He prescribed me Xanax.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, I was just thinking, I am not taking these Xanax.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not finna take this. Like, the fact that I'm even in this situation right now is bothering me.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I had my daughter at the time, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, okay, you know, he's sorry. Like he didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
We'll get through it and figure it out later or something. I don't know. But the more it kept happening, and let me not say the more it kept happening, just the times that it was happening, the random moments that it was happening, the times where I would call my family, and then there were times I didn't call my family,
Mm-hmm.
and I just thought, wow, God, you have forsaken me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel forsaken by her. Like, at this moment, I feel forsaken. Because what did I do to you?
And so at this point where you feel forsaken, uh, where's your relationship with God
I
after
mean,
the
I'm
fact? Are
questioning,
you
like, I'm questioning,
mm-hmm.
more so questioning his love towards me.
Okay.
Um, like, what did I do? Where did I go
Mm-hmm.
wrong that I'm dealing with this? I'm going through this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm having a hard time believing what I'm reading and believing what I'm hearing in the music, and like I'm struggling now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, I don't even know. Like, are you there?
Yeah.
Like, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was pregnant with my son. So, and I would say this is my exposure where um I really felt like, okay, I'm not doing, I don't want nothing else to do with God, like in this moment.
Okay.
But I was pregnant with my son, and um my ex jumped on me, kicked me in my stomach, punched me in my face, kicked me in my back. Like, I'm on the ground in a fetal position, covering my stomach, just to make sure my baby was protected.
Mm-hmm.
And pulled a machete out on
Mm.
me, girl.
Oh Lord.
And I did not even know that my daughter was somewhere hiding. Like, she ran off and hid in her closet or something like that. I found out later on. And I remember after all of that, and again, black in his eyes.
Yeah.
And I just remember after all of that, I was like, I want nothing to do with God,
Mm-hmm.
because after after everything, even after the first time or the second time or whatever, and I'm like praying, like, for this to stop or to never happen to me again. Like, I don't want that to ever happen to me again. Like, praying and really speaking over myself, encouraging myself, or you know and for that. And I was married at the time.
Okay.
So I felt like, okay,
Mm.
now I'm doing things right. Like,
Right.
now I'm married, and now we got a baby on the way. Like, now we're doing things right.
Mm-hmm. And this is
And
still
that
happening.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I don't want nobody to say anything to me about God.
Mm.
Don't say nothing to me about God. I was mad.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it very clear, I'm mad
Mm-hmm.
at you. I don't want to hear you. Don't speak to me. Don't say nothing. Don't look at me. Talk to me. Just don't even think
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Mm.
And but people that was around me who was like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
that ain't we ain't rolling
Yeah.
that way. That
Yeah.
ain't even what we about to do.
Yep.
And still praying and still, encouraging
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I was just so angry.
Mm.
I was just so angry. And I almost felt like Jeremiah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like Jeremiah, like, you know what? I ain't never saying nothing else in your name no more.
Yep.
But it was like fire
Mm-hmm.
shut up in my bones where I just couldn't even help it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
no matter how much I tried to resist God, it was almost like he was just pulling me
Mm-hmm.
towards him.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no,
I said I didn't want
leave me
to.
alone. But
At what point did you finally release
it
that
was
though?
me like being with my family, my church family, really,
Mm-hmm.
Bishop had really kind of took him under his wing. So that pissed Bishop off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it hurt a lot of people because,
Yeah, sure.
you're her husband.
Right.
So what are you doing?
Yeah.
But what I couldn't truly explain, some people got it, but what I truly couldn't explain to some people was, man, that's not him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it got difficult for me to separate. Like I kept saying, like, God, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I get that that's not him, but I'm not gonna keep dealing with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep on being the punching bag because
Mm-hmm.
that ain't him.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, he was dealing with so much that I did not realize he was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I had to just completely, that whole little facades that everybody thought, oh, power couple, this, that, and
Mm-hmm.
this. So for me to go to church with a busted eye vessel, black
Mm-hmm.
eye, me trying to put makeup on to cover it up,
Mm-hmm.
go to work, you know what I mean? Like, life still had to
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah.
Like, I had to cover myself
Mm-hmm.
to go out and about my day.
Mm-hmm.
And till I just, you know, I got completely exposed,
Yeah.
you know, at church, at work, because now people know.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
And what did you do with that exposure?
I I felt very shamed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt embarrassed. Um, I I just felt like I don't want anybody. It was just embarrassment.
Yeah.
It was embarrassment, and I did not like the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nowhere you could hide. I'm not gonna sit in my house every day in the dark. Like, I had my daughter to take care of. I was pregnant with my child. Like, I cannot sit here. I
Right.
have to get up, go to work, and then we're still going to church. Like, he's not with me anymore, but
Mm-hmm.
we're still, my family and I, everybody was still going to church, and it was just that exposure in the open, the nakedness, the
Mm-hmm.
shame that I felt like I just wanted to cover myself back up, and it was just
Yep.
like, no, no, I'm gonna expose you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't believe him. I was like, well, who are
Who
you?
are you?
Like, why would you do that to me?
Yeah.
Like, God, why would you expose me in front of, I felt like, the world?
Everybody. Yep.
Like, why would you do that? Like, what was going on in the dark could have stayed in
Mm.
the dark. Like, what are you doing?
No, it's got to come out.
So, yeah. And so just being reminded over and over and over and over again, even though I was at that point where, like I said, I really feel like, I don't want to hear anything about you. I'm not gonna ever speak your name ever again in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna ever speak your name again in my life. Like I'm just not. And to have God love me so much and woo me back to Him
Mm-hmm.
was just, it just
Mm-hmm.
showed me like no matter what you go through,
Yep.
don't you ever think
Mm-hmm.
that I still don't love you.
Yep.
And even though you went through something as bad as you went through, I was right there in the midst of it. And even though we do not see God in those times, like we do not, it could be, you can't, it could be a time where you don't feel Him, you don't hear from Him, you don't, I shut Him out.
Mm-hmm.
And so He was like, okay, you shut me out, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
still
still here.
here. I'm still here. The minute you call,
Yep.
I'm still here.
Yep.
And that's what, like, I was reminded of that. And it did come through song, and it came through prayer, and it came
Mm-hmm.
through me just, praying for myself to help me not fall into a depression,
Yeah.
and to help me to encourage myself, because I feel worthless. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I have shamed you in some kind of way. Like I just was
Yeah.
just feeling all type of stuff, girl. And just for God to pick me up, wash me off, and
Mm-hmm.
put me on a new spirit,
Yep.
it was just like, ooh,
I know, right?
if you thought.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I also remember before all of this happened, and this was before I got pregnant.
The first time or with your
This is
son?
before I got pregnant with Zacchaeus. So this
Okay.
is before he jumped on me with my pregnancy. Um, were we married? We might have just got married when all of this happened. No, we weren't married yet. But we were at church, and we were at the altar during altar call. And Bishop stood before me and said that I was going to go through things, but it wouldn't be for me, it would be for other people.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I didn't know what that meant at that time, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I don't know what that means, but whatever. um
You say so.
yeah, it was just like, okay. But he was like, you're gonna go through things, and it won't be necessarily for you, but it's gonna be to help other people. It's gonna be for
Mm-hmm.
other people. And so I was like, okay. So of course my mind always takes me back to that moment at the altar,
Mm-hmm.
where all this stuff that I had to go through, and how it has helped
Yeah.
so many people. And I mean, it's just, that's just proof that God's word does not fall to the floor.
No.
So depending on what covering you under, and it makes me happy that I am under that type of covering,
Mm-hmm.
because I know He is speaking straight from what He's hearing from
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So there was also that time that Bishop told me um, that the enemy cannot get to my ex
Mm-hmm.
because I'm in the way.
Mm-hmm.
See, because my walk had got real good
Yep.
with God. Like we
Yep.
were, that's why I thought like, oh, you have forsaken me, because I'm doing everything that I know to do
Mm-hmm.
correctly. And Bishop was like, the enemy cannot get to him
Mm-hmm.
because you're in the way.
Yep.
And we're married at this time. So that just kind of motivated me, like shook something up in me, like, you thought you could really get to him. No, try me. Let's go. Girl, not knowing while I'm over here all buck in the chest,
And ready.
and girl, wet and ready. But so when he said that, um, I felt like I had to fight harder.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like
In the
if
sense of prayer.
yeah, like
Okay.
just in prayer, just with my word, my walk, like I felt like just knowing that information, that's like somebody telling you the enemy is after your child.
Mm-hmm.
And you like, the enemy after who?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and that's how it was like,
Okay.
and then just me knowing, like seeing his eyes go black like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm aware that
Right.
this is a demon. This is
Yeah.
a spirit taking over. So for him to say that to me was like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
you want me to get rid of him so that you can just do and have your way with him. Like I didn't even know, and we don't know, y'all. We do not know how powerful we really
We
are
don't.
as children
We
of
don't.
God. Like we just don't know how much power we hold because I would have never expected him to say that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just would have never expected
Mm-hmm.
little old me.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get to him because of me.
Right.
Like I felt
Right. You felt
too
big.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, but I felt like, okay, well then it's war.
Yeah.
Because this is my husband and if it's me that I have to keep doing whatever I'm doing and praying and fasting and in my word and whatever else I'm doing to keep my family safe, then hey, that's what I'm gonna do. So I felt like when we would get into it about stuff, I almost felt like I had to hold on to him.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to, because it always stuck in my mind that I was the one who was in the way. So if I step
Mm-hmm.
out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
then that's full access. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want that on my conscience, even though I know
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. But that's how I thought. I was just like, okay, I gotta stay put and just deal with it.
Yeah.
Like for better or for worse, through sickness and health, to death do us part. Thick and thin. Like
And so, what are your thoughts on that now? As far as you felt like you had to stay and fight,
mm-hmm.
do you still feel that same way? Like,
um
I mean, I know, of course, you're not in
yeah,
that situation, but do you feel like now at that time that was the right thing?
I do, because I felt like that kept sparing his life. From what I know, he was wilding,
Mm-hmm.
and so many times he should have been gone,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't. And I'm not saying that it was because of me,
Yeah.
but I feel like because I know what a covenant really means now,
Mm-hmm.
and because that covenant of that bondage of that marriage and the way that I was praying,
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder if I had not obeyed and took that word from Bishop and executed it in my head 10 times more, what would have happened, if I did just step out the way, regardless of what was said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I think that could have spared him
Mm-hmm.
while he was out. Um, However, when he was very much so back and forth a lot throughout our relationship, marriage, etc. Um, but the last time I went and got him out of jail, and I told him, I said, one thing that is new about me is that you'll never put your hands on me again, without one of us going down. I just want to make that disclaimer before we even get home. Like before we make it to the driveway, we just need to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it was, man, I ain't never, I ain't never, I ain't never.
Mm-hmm.
So my son was one, and he hit me again. And what took from me, and I don't know why it took from my son. I don't know. And that also makes me feel bad sometimes too when I think about it, because all that my daughter went through
Mm-hmm.
and all that she saw, is just so unfair to her. And I just I can't even explain to you why. I mean, it's a multiple reasons of why I can give a why, but it was almost like, how selfish of you to stay and expose her to that,
Mm-hmm.
just and to make her think that it's okay
Yep.
to let somebody do that to you and still stay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was so spiritual that I didn't know how to explain it to anybody.
Right.
Like I didn't even know. Half the time I didn't even know what was really going on until I knew what was going on, and then I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta fight.
Yeah.
But so that last time with my son though, when he hit me and he left, and I called the police, and the police was at my house taking pictures of me, um, and my lip was bleeding, and my son came up to me and he kissed me on my lip and he said, "Mama, my daddy hit you."
Mm-hmm.
And that right there,
That would tell me up.
that was it for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was my decision where I said, okay, Lord, I know you, I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
married, and I know I'm not supposed to break a covenant, and I know divorce is not in your plan, but I'm done. You
Mm-hmm.
do your will with your son, if
Mm-hmm.
that's your son, because you got sons of the devil and then you got sons
Yeah.
of God,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is. But I was like, I'm taking my hands off.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm not doing this. And I'm not, now that I have another child, I'm not gonna keep exposing my kids to this thinking that this is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I prayed and I prayed and I prayed some more. And I said, Lord, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get me a lawyer. And if everything goes good with this lawyer, smooth sailing, like I can afford it, she'll work with me, she is willing to help me through this process, then I know your hand is on this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to step in front of you
Right.
by any means.
Right.
um but if I get some bumpiness and some pushback and some, whatever, something's too complicated and it's just not any indication like that, then I know you're not ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
This is not it now, or whatever. And I said, that's gonna be my sign. Either it's gonna be this way or it's gonna be this way, and I know you in it or I know you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, smooth as butter,
It be
God was
like
like,
that.
baby,
Yep.
come on,
Mm-hmm.
come on, you straight.
Yep.
And
When your lines are straight.
yeah, he was right there with me. And so I couldn't do nothing but praise God leaving
Mm-hmm.
that office,
Mm-hmm.
because I had so many mixed emotions of, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I disappointed you in some kind of way. I'm sorry for the moment that I was trying to push you away and you just would not take your hand off of
Yep.
me.
Yep.
And I'm sorry for even making you feel like I didn't want you no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, Lord.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like in my car. And then I was listening to oh man, what's the song? And I done heard that song so many times, but when I heard it on the way home, I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I can't even think of the
You gonna remember
song.
later.
I know. But yeah. So I'm listening to the song and I'm just like hearing it now with new ears.
Mm-hmm.
And it is penetrating my heart. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm just like, girl, you done heard this song a million times. But because of the situation
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
in,
You
it
heard
just
it
it was
differently. Yeah.
amplified. And I did. I heard it differently and it just spoke to me and I was just like, "Oh God, you
Mm-hmm.
just do not take your hand off of your
Nope.
people."
Nope.
Like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so that part of my life of, you know, being in the eye of people of thinking like, oh, y'all are,
Mm-hmm.
and then I mean, people close to me knew what was going
Yeah.
on, but you know, then to be completely exposed, literally in front of everybody,
Mm-hmm.
like I had to go and find myself again. I felt
Yeah. Yeah.
like after the divorce, I was like, man, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to
Mm-hmm.
re-event myself or something because I just don't even know who I am anymore. I spent so much time worrying about what was gonna happen next
Yep.
in this marriage or just, you know, just it was just too much. I love him to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely had awesome, great times. And I will tell anybody to this day if he did not suffer with drug abuse and, you know, just that street life that he knew, oh my God, he
Mm-hmm.
would have been amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
he was just a good
Yeah.
dude. He was a cool dude. He was a good dude. He loved his kids. Like he loved me in the best way he knew
Yeah.
how, you know. But just knowing that them spirits wanted
Yep.
him so bad,
Mm-hmm.
like it just
Mm-hmm.
in it when I was leaving the lawyer's office, it was even hurting me because I knew this covenant is done.
Yeah.
And so, and I promise you, I could see the spiral.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, and that tugged at me too because I was just like,
Yeah. Yep.
like there it
Yeah.
is. And so eventually, when, not eventually, but he ended up going to prison and that's where he lost, that's where it ended in
Mm-hmm.
prison. And so it's just exposure is good because when God exposed you, he is trying to fix something
Yeah.
in you.
That you didn't know was broken.
Yeah, like he's trying to lay it all out. Like, don't come to me trying to cover that junk up.
No, you're not covered
Yeah,
over here. You, I
like,
mean, I cover
yeah, I'm
you,
covering you, but
but I have to
don't,
strip you first.
yeah, just don't come over here trying to hurry up
Yeah.
and blotch your face. And I
Mm-hmm.
know you got a black eye. I
Come.
know you have a black eye.
This is what they mean when they say "come as you are."
Yeah, like in your brokenness,
Yes,
come to me.
not
Don't try to fix
what you
yourself
have
up.
on or what you're wearing.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yep.
as you are,
Come to
stripped.
me in your brokenness.
Yeah.
Come to me when you are on those drugs. Come to
Yes. When
me
you are
when you
dirty.
in, yeah, like I want to fix that.
Yeah. So I can have the glory.
Yeah, I want to fix that. Come on, because when I get done with you,
And I tell you what, you might hear this all the time, but he really has fixed you up in the best way possible because had I not known that about you, I just would never know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't present that to the world
Yeah.
like you, as if you've been through something traumatic, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you always have a smile on your face. You're always positive, especially when I come in there and I be having a mental breakdown.
Girl.
And it's like, Kira,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Girl.
You don't exude that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I always see that light in you, that smile in you. You always got a scripture for me.
Girl.
You bleed out
Mm.
the blood of Jesus to me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ah,
I'm happy that you are in this space. I'm happy that
yeah.
he brought you out of it. Um,
Mm.
I'm happy that you have that relationship with him.
Yeah. That's just the beauty of God.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people say I don't look like what I've been through,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yep.
that statement right there, baby. You just used to always hear people say that, so you'd be like, okay,
Right.
like,
Uh,
okay,
Not
but
until you went
nah,
through something to
I do
know.
not look like what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it amazes me sometimes.
As it
Like,
should.
girl,
It should amaze you. It
like,
should amaze you to remind you
yeah,
God is good.
he is, and that's the testimony of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the testimony of it. Like, you know, I was just talking to my daughter, and I was just talking to her about a lot of stuff, and I was like, don't ever think I don't know what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't ever think like, "Man, you just don't understand." I'm like, Zaya,
Okay.
don't say I just don't
You're
understand,
right.
because baby, sure I
Trust
do.
me.
Sure
Trust
I
me.
do. Now, I
Try
told
me.
her, right. What I did tell her is I do not understand what it is like to not have a dad,
Mm-hmm.
because that part I do not understand.
Right. Right.
And I don't know how you're feeling and what you're going through. Her words to me were, it just feels like half of you is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It I said, like, like half a heart. And she was like, yeah. She was like, you got one without the other. And so it just feels like half of you is
Mm-hmm.
gone. And I said, well, girl,
No, girl.
girl, I am so
Yeah.
sorry, but
Oh no.
that part I just don't know
Yeah.
what you go
Don't
through with that.
understand it.
And so, but yeah, just to, you know, I think it's so great, because had I went through this type of stuff, not being under the leadership of Bishop,
Mm-hmm.
not understanding spiritual warfare, not being told you're gonna go through something but it'll be for somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
not being told the enemy wants to get to him but he can't because you in the way, like,
Mm-hmm.
not being under. And that's why I say he's so intentional,
Yeah.
because it was a reason we had to come
Yep.
to the Nigerian
Yep.
bishop. You know,
Yes, it is.
it's a
It is a
reason we had
reason
to
you
come
walk that
to
path.
him.
Yeah.
And it's a reason that I came to, I was exposed to spiritual warfare, because I was finna go through something so spiritual that had I not had that understanding, I probably would be just not who I am right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so just having that understanding previously
Mm-hmm.
and in the midst of things
Mm-hmm.
is what helped keep, even though I tried to push him away,
Yeah.
but he still kept me
Yeah.
in the midst of it all.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, you just love me too much.
Yes.
So that's, I think, even just understanding the love of God is like, when he say he will pick you up and wash you off,
Mm-hmm. If you don't understand the love of God, you don't know love
Yeah,
at all.
it's mm-mm. And I mean, some people don't.
Right? Some
Some
people don't.
people don't. Some people don't. You know,
No, it's very true.
it's
But yeah,
just too much. It's just a lot. It's too much, and it's just so much that I could just go on and on and on and on and on about,
Mhm.
that I even try to tell people today, like, get you some of God.
Yes.
Like, if you just get you some and
Hmm.
then just work your way into even acting like you want some of
Yep.
him,
Oh, baby, he coming.
he
He's
sure is, he
coming.
gonna get somebody
Yeah.
to come to you, to do something, to say something that you was already thinking about, to confirm to you, yes, I am the true and living God. I heard what you was saying.
Hmm.
I heard when you was in your room
Hmm.
praying on the low and didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
He wants you to pray
Yeah.
in your secret
Yeah.
place, because then when he answered that prayer, you can't say nothing but it was God,
Yep.
because I didn't tell a soul.
Yep.
I prayed in my secret place, and he brought you to give me the answer.
Hmm.
So that's how God be
Yeah.
revealing himself. And that's why I'm like, man, I be telling people, all you gotta do is just make that first move.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Lord,
why I say real quick, open that Bible. I
yeah,
don't understand. It don't matter.
just make that first
Open
move.
it.
And but
Just
even
open
if
it.
you don't open that Bible, just make that
No,
first
and
move
right,
and be
even if you
like,
don't,
Lord, help me.
but I know a lot of people, I don't read my Bible because I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So that keeps you from reading it because
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
don't understand because you haven't read it. You haven't tried.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Open it.
Yeah. And just let
Read
the
it, pray,
words
talk.
breathe
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
because it is nothing. I mean, it breathes
Mhm.
life. And I just be like,
Mhm.
ooh, you are the living
Y'all better
word.
come get you some of this.
Yeah, I'll be saying, come get you some. He'll give it to you.
He got plenty.
Yeah, come get it. He's
Plenty.
ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my exposure, just being completely exposed in a way that I never in a million years would have thought.
Mhm.
Never in a million years would I have thought.
Yeah.
And then I think I remember like giving like a little testimony on Facebook where I just kind of typed up some things about, you know, what I had been through, just like briefly, going through a abusive, I don't want to say abusive relationship, because it wasn't like an everyday occurrence type of
Mhm.
thing, or it was just like random sporadic times in the 12 years that we were together,
Mhm.
like just these sporadic moments. So, but it was still abuse.
Yeah.
Abuse is abuse, whether it's physical, emotional,
Verbally, mentally. Yeah.
verbal, mental. Yes, abuse is abuse.
Mhm.
And so, but I had put something on Facebook, and the outpour of how many people was grateful that I shared that story.
Mhm.
I was just like, man, it's just so many people who you just would not
Yeah, you wouldn't
expect
think. Yeah.
going through something like this, and that also reconfirmed that what I went through was gonna help somebody else.
Mhm.
And I was just like, ugh, oh my God,
But God.
girl.
Mhm.
Yes, Lord. So yeah, y'all. Um I know somebody else's story is 10 times worse than mine.
Yeah, there's always
And
someone
yep, it's always
who's
somebody
got it
else going
worse.
through something worse.
Mhm.
And you know, I would just encourage that person to talk to somebody, to share with someone you trust, um, someone who has a relationship with God,
Mhm.
because you can share your story to the wrong person,
And you sure
and
can.
um, the enemy will try to chew you up and spit you
Yep.
out. And so
Yep.
you have to be careful, who you're being vulnerable with,
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't get the wrong feedback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but God is so good.
He is too
And
good.
even in the midst of what you may be going through,
Mm-hmm.
um, all you gotta do is call on.
Yep, that's it.
Call on him, pray about your situation, write it
Mm-hmm.
down, make it plain,
Mm-hmm. And he's
and
there anyway. He's already there. He's just waiting on
yeah,
you to call him.
he gonna get that right person to come in your path
Yep.
and
Yep.
help bring you to him.
You won't even see it coming.
Yep. Or bring you back to him. If you
Mm-hmm.
have drifted off somewhere,
Yep.
he'll send the right person to bring you back to him.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you saying or praying little things, the storm that you going through, God is on the other end
Mm-hmm.
preparing somebody
Yep.
to come to you to
Mm-hmm.
help you with your
He
storm.
just wants you to walk.
Because even if you wasn't praying
Mm-hmm.
for God to get you out of your situation,
Mm-hmm.
you was going through a storm, and he was speaking to me on the other end.
Yep.
Like,
And I'll tell you
go
what,
over there to her.
and then we gonna wrap it up. But I remember, and I think did I tell you this? I don't know. But I think I was driving home one day. I don't know what happened. And I think I had texted you something. And I was like, well, can you just pray for me?
Mm-hmm.
And your text back to me was, I've already been praying.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, I cried because I'm like,
yeah,
you've been praying for me. What?
yeah.
So
I remember that
that
too.
is proof that
Yeah,
God always got
yeah.
somebody.
He always got
He
somebody.
places somebody in your path
Yeah,
for a specific reason.
yeah, absolutely. So whatever storm you may be going through, just don't even worry,
Mm-hmm.
because God loves you so much that
Mm-hmm.
he gonna put somebody, he already speaking to somebody
Yeah,
about your
yeah.
storm. So it may seem like, Lord, it's taking forever. I mean, this was 10 years. I
Mm-hmm.
was going
Yep.
through something like this, almost 12 years, 11 years, I mean, something like that. But, you know, I still, like, in the midst of it all, like, he still just
Mm-hmm. He's still
keeps
there.
on keeping me, and he just keep on keeping on, and he
Mm-hmm.
just keep blessing me over and over and over and over
Yep.
again. It's a song called "You Bless Me" over and over and over again, even when I don't deserve it. You
Mm-hmm.
just bless me over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I just be like, see, songs, it be
I
them
know it. You
songs.
do.
It be them
I
songs
know
where
it's
I
her.
be
That's why
like,
we be
oh
toe up in the
Lord.
morning, come
Exactly.
to
Like, oh.
work.
Like, oh my
Like,
goodness.
you know I'm about to walk in here. You got me crying.
Exactly. Relax. But yeah, so y'all, we just pray that this has helped somebody.
Yes, hopefully it has.
Um, and to just keep trusting God,
Mm-hmm.
even when you feel like He is not there. You
Yep,
you just don't think He cares at all
he
because of the
cares.
situation you're going through. He
He
cares,
cares a lot.
and just keep trusting Him, because eventually He's gonna show Himself
Yep,
strong. So
every time.
yeah,
Well, do you have any last words? Or that was
no,
it?
that was it. I'm tired.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys not next week.
I know. Oh, I
Oh,
know. Maybe I'll be able to do it.
man.
We ain't gonna be doing nothing but sitting on the couch.
Girl, bye.
We might be back, y'all.
You got to get
Oh,
a letter from your doctor. When y'all follow up appointment? Why are you laughing? When is your follow up appointment?
August 4th.
August 4th. What day is that? Will I be there?
It's a Monday. You gonna be there? Where you going?
Well,
I
I mean,
didn't think so. You'll be there. But yeah, so we might
we
depending on
might.
how I'm feeling. I can just come sit on the couch.
Maybe. So we might be back. I
Yeah,
don't
we might be
know.
back. And so we'll
Just stay
just that
tuned.
yeah, just stay tuned, y'all. And we'll see. We'll see how
Yes.
this
We're gonna
goes.
see. Well, thank you guys for
All
watching.
right.
Bye.
Bye.